Day 2 of championship week here for the Atlantic Sun from Jacksonville, Florida, as we sit at the UNF softball complex. 4 versus 5. Jacksonville against Florida Gulf Coast University. We saw FGCU with a win yesterday, knocking out Austin Peay. And then for Jacksonville, it's her first game at the tournament. Gator legend Christina Wyatt alongside Richard Miller. And Christina, fun game yesterday. FGCU played great softball and some key challenges that definitely helped them out.
Florida Gulf Coast did such a great job defensively and pitching, and we're going to see that same pitcher in the circle today. So Florida Gulf Coast primed up and ready to go. Jacksonville got to rest. I don't know who has the edge.
Let's take a look at the bracket here. As we'll take a look here, is North Florida also winning last night, taking out EKU. Is we've got 3 games on the docket today. 5 o'clock game is North Florida and North Alabama. As we talked about the Eagles, and coming into this game, we'll see their starting pitcher. It'll be actually the same as they had yesterday. A little surprising, Christina.
I think Coach Fico's riding the wave of how well Bakulis pitched yesterday. A freshman, when she's hot, and you got to roll with it.
For sure, and this is a team for the Eagles. They're going to keep that same 1 through 9, not much to change. And Julia talked after the game how her screwball was just really efficient.
Well, when you can spot the ball to both sides of the plate, that's when you're going to have a lot of success. And most of the pitching staff for Florida Gulf Coast works east to west, so I'm not surprised to hear that really helped her yesterday.
As we've got the 5-seeded Eagles, and then we'll take a look here at Jacksonville. They come in as a 4-seed. Have yet to play. Eagles get that sticker on the tournament board, as the Dolphins really surprising, really strong year.
Yeah, and they're getting better as they go here into this postseason, into tournament play. So I think JU being so close to home, they're ready to get started.
As they've got the ASUN Pitcher of the Year. We'll talk more about J.C. Harrelson as the day rolls along. Phenomenal pitching matchup. In-state battle. Jacksonville and FGCU when we come back. 4 versus 5 on ESPN+. We have our field reporter, Cecily Webb, joining us, and she's got more about today's matchup. Cecily.
Spoke with Coach Ayers earlier this week, and she told me this team's biggest strength is their ability to rebound. She said it doesn't matter if they're down in a game, they give up a couple runs, they're always going to respond. She calls it the boxing match. The other team might punch first, but they're going to punch back. She said it's the mentality they've had all season long, and they're carrying it into this week during the tournament starting today. Back to you guys.
Great stuff. Thank you so much, Cecily. We'll hear from her throughout the game and also from the head coaches today as well. sophomore here from Georgia, ASUN Pitcher of the Year, Christina J.C. Harrelson. What a year this young lady had.
It's so hard to believe that a sophomore can be doing such a great job here in the circle. Jacksonville's really been able to rely on her, and I'm not surprised to see her starting this first game for Jacksonville today.
As well earned, as you see that good changeup, and 20 wins this year, an ERA of 2.32, very dominant.
Yeah, and when you look at what she throws, she's going to be able to spot both sides of the plate with her curveball. It's got a backdoor curveball, and it's not something that a lot of pitchers throw, so it's going to be something Florida Gulf Coast definitely needed to prepare for. But lucky for Florida Gulf Coast, they have played Jacksonville 6 times, so they've seen her before.
Absolutely. Led by head coach Lindsay Fico. 1 through 9 is the same today for the Eagles. They love what they produced yesterday. They go pinstripes today. First pitch strike at 2:36. Glad you're with us on ESPN+. Williams, Wiggs, and Smith will start it off for the 5th-seeded Eagles. As J.C. Harrelson, just a sophomore. Last year she had 5 starts over 19 games. As Williams, she's really taken over that leadoff position over the last probably 2 weeks.
Williams checking in with the umpire. Was that high or was that inside? Just trying to get a feel for the zone, being the leadoff hitter here, seeing the first few pitches of the game.
24 hits this year as she'll even things up at 2-2. For the Dolphins, they keep the same lineup as they had in that last game against North Florida. The only change is second base is Mansfield. Fun game yesterday. They were very resilient in that win yesterday to open up conference action. Third game of this ASUN Championship week. Harrelson's pitch. As this one's going to drop for a base hit. Number 20 gets on with a leadoff single.
Williams doing a great job in the first at-bat here of the game. She saw quite a few pitches, and I don't know if you saw, Richard, but every single one of them was on the inside part of the plate. So she's mixing up her screwball and her backdoor curveball on the inside part, and this ball just drops in perfectly behind Brunette at shortstop.
That's the key for Kamari Williams. She is playing her best softball right now.
That's what you want as a coach, having somebody stepping in here in the postseason, being steady, and doing a good job, being a great leadoff.
This is Paris Wiggs, a left fielder, senior. 1 ball and 1 strike. Wiggs, probably their most consistent bat throughout ASUN play with 24 hits. She'll make contact here, and this one's going to drop for a base hit. So right away, the Eagles with back-to-back singles off the ASUN Pitcher of the Year.
Totally different approach against Wiggs, so definitely going hitter by hitter, but all those pitches were on the outside part of the plate to Wiggs from Harrelson, and another little seeing eye single just short in the outfield. But you know what stands out to me, Richard, is the great base running by Williams. That ball was kind of in between, and she read it perfectly and was able to make sure she's safe at second, and we didn't get that force out for them there from the outfield into second base.
As we see the third batter here, it's a DP, and Presley Smith had a great game yesterday. As you see Coach Fico right there coaching over at third base.
It's exactly what Coach Fico wanted to see out of her team. Yesterday, a little bit quiet early in the game and not really taking advantage of runners in scoring position. They left 7 runners on base yesterday. So starting out early, getting runners on.
As she gets jammed right here, stays in the infield as Chadwick there over at third base for an easy pop-up. We'll see Wiley here, the shortstop, steps up to bat, hitting cleanup. We'll see it for Jacksonville defensively. As we mentioned it, the only change at second base, it had been Harley in that final game against North Florida. Harrelson able to get that first out after allowing back-to-back singles. Is there anything you notice as a former hitter that you're spotting with Harrelson on how to attack her more?
Well, it looks like Harrelson's really following a scouting report from her coaches on what strengths each hitter have, a totally different approach from one hitter to the next. So just being able to make sure you're looking for a pitch that you're ready to hit early in the count. She's been so good this year. She has a good off-speed pitch. She's going to work inside and outside, so kind of finding one side of the plate, picking it, and trying to find a good pitch early in the count.
So here's Wiley, 1-1 strike. That wind has been kind of swirling, driving in here to the UNF softball complex. It was pushing hard out of the south. More recently, it's pushing out towards the beach. Yesterday, it was more of a sea breeze pushing hard over into left field. As there's Williams, 2 on early for FGCU. Swing and a miss, and there's Harrelson. Well, one of the big reasons why she pitched so many innings and got so many strikeouts.
And Harrelson having a hard time spotting her curveball on the outside part of the plate to right-handed hitters. So I think we're going to see a lot more work in the inside part until she can get that figured out.
As this one will be popped up, and it heads out to center field for Jada Thomas. What a year this young lady had. All freshman team. She was a freshman of the year and made all ASUN first team.
So impressive when a freshman comes on campus and makes an impact right away. But to make that big of an impact, it's so impressive. I mean, there's so many new things. There's so many things to adjust. So just shows what a great athlete she is.
As we move along here, jammed again, but fouled as drivers. As excited to see her too behind the plate. I know you as a former catcher, she is great at throwing runners out. She's thrown out 17 this year.
You know, when I was playing, when you faced a catcher that was really good at throwing runners out, you stopped running. So it kind of surprises me that teams are still trying to run against her, but I'm sure Drivers is happy that they're running because she gets an opportunity to throw runners out, which is one of the greatest joys of a catcher.
So here's Drivers, 1-1 strike, facing Harrelson. Far inside, but FGCU trying to move those runners over. Like you said, biggest thing this time of year, I feel like you don't want to strand anybody.
Especially when you can get those first two batters on, get momentum going on in the game, but Harrelson's bounced back really well.
As this one down that left field line, a few feet foul. Do you take much into account when you play that this is a Dolphins team that beat you 4 times this year?
It's tricky. I don't think I ever played in a season in college where I played a team 6 times. Mentally, it's hard to even play a team more than like 2 or 3 times. So it's definitely something to consider. And there's no secrets about each team, right? You kind of know the ins and outs of everything, and you have to almost like reinvent yourself to show something different to this opponent that knows you so well.
There's a payoff pitch. Drivers. As this one hot over to third, and in that corner is Chadwick for the force out at her third base bag. So back-to-back singles. The Eagles strand 2, and the ASUN pitcher of the year gets out of that first inning. We'll come on back for the Dolphins. Thomas, Linkletter, and break after these messages.
Welcome to the Atlantic Sun, where heart-pounding moments are born and where champions rise above, where speed defies limits and precision finds its mark, where millions of fans nationwide cheer for excellence, determination, and fairness, where public, private, and faith-based schools compete side by side, fostering sportsmanship and unity. From the beaches to the mountains, the Atlantic Sun is the destination.
An osprey in the wild can migrate 160,000 miles in its lifetime. We humans don't fly like that, but soaring is still in our nature. That's why we converge at the University of North Florida. North is a crossing between bright skies and brighter futures, knowing wherever you go from here, you'll soar. Onward, upward, toward your true north.
Just like your fingerprint, your heartbeat is unique to you. And that's how your heart care should be too. So at Baptist Health, we focus on your specific cardiac needs, from preventive care to some of the most advanced procedures. For your one-of-a-kind heart, choose the one hospital system more people trust for their heart care. Baptist Health. It's heart care centered on you.
As we're back, Jacksonville and FGCU here. Game 1, we've got 3 games today. It's day 2 of the ASUN Championship week. We take you inside the circle, and here's a freshman righty made the All-ASUN freshman team. And Julia Bakulis, we saw her yesterday. And Christina, she was lights out.
You know, it was so impressive to me, Richard, was that Julia Bakulis got better as the game went. And sometimes when you start out a little shaky and you give some free passes, that can be hard. But she came back so strong inning after inning and winning that game yesterday. Coach Fico's like, I'm giving her the ball again. Let's see what this freshman can do.
Well, she definitely earned it. And it's cool because I know her parents are somewhere up in the stands above us. Here's the lineup for the Dolphins. You've really seen them lock things in, led by head coach Erica Ayers, her 9th season at the helm. Thomas, Linkletter, and Brake. This is a Dolphins team that can hit a lot of home runs.
Yeah, and there's so much veteran leadership, too. Besides the freshman phenom, Jada Thomas, then you have senior. And that makes a big difference. Coming into the postseason, having that veteran mentality, it sometimes is the difference in a win or a loss.
And here is Jada Thomas. We'll talk about her a ton this tournament, what a year she has had. And she'll start things off with back-to-back balls. We talked about Bakulis off air. Her screwball yesterday was really working, only allowed 2 hits. So impressive to do that at that stage to open up a tournament.
And Bakulis, who really isn't going to blow you away with her speed. She's like in that high 50s, low 60s. She throws the ball lower in the zone, right? A drop ball, her changeup, she'll throw it in any count. But when you can have another pitch, like your screwball, kind of join in with your normal pitches, like you're dropping your change, and you can spot it, and you can maybe get a little bit of a strike called in the river, that can be the difference in getting some clutch outs. And it was for Bakulis yesterday.
As a 3-0, so 4 straight pitches and a leadoff walk. This is going to be Thomas, who earns her 24th walk of the year. That's a team high.
Jada Thomas showing, a little bit of maturity there from the freshman of the year, but didn't even see a strike, so why take the bat off the shoulder? And now you have both teams here that got the leadoff on in the first inning.
And it was interesting, too, because we saw Thomas here at UNF, and you could see it. But she has only gotten better and better over the last 2 months. There's Linkletter, who takes strike 1. We talked about the right fielder here, that she has been hit by 26 pitches.
I want to know what she does. I hope I get to talk to her while she's here and just be like, tell me your secrets. Like, how do you get on base, and how do you not have a bunch of, Evo shields on every part of your body from getting hit?
Yeah, just every kind of protection right there, and she doesn't even have anything on the ankle, really just something on the elbow and a little bit on the maybe right wrist.
I need the heat chart of where she gets hit. What part of the body? Is it just the elbow, or she's not afraid to wear it on one of those strong legs? I don't know.
Here's a 1-1. She'll take a ball there. She comes to JU from Wisconsin, and to me, she has been one of the nicer surprises. Of course, yes, with Jada Thomas, but Linkletter, she has really upped the play because she's been an everyday starter. 37 hits, 17 runs batted in. Thomas, the leadoff walk.
Bakulis trying to find the zone. Richard, I don't really know what my game plan would be to throw to Jada Thomas because she's so good. She's fast. She can do a lot of things. And I almost feel like maybe that got to Julia Bakulis and that, leadoff batter, putting pressure on yourself. But here against Linkletter, she's shown us a couple changeups already. There's another one.
As this one over to left coming in as Paris Wiggs gets a fly out.
So a good job there by Bakulis, using that changeup to get Linkletter to be off balance and get the first out here.
Now we'll see a scary hitter. It's Sarah Beth Brake, the catcher. 52 runs batted in, 13 homers. There it is defensively for FGCU, same as yesterday. So you're following along at home, no changes to your scorebook. For break, you know, I saw your reaction right there, that a very upright stance, you don't see that as much.
Yeah, I give private instruction, hitting and catching, and I'm wondering if any of my girls are going to see that, because they're going to try to do it and say, oh, look, I saw a really great hitter, SB, for Jax hitting like this. But I would love to find out the story of how she got to that positioning, because, sometimes hitters, you have to be creative on making adjustments and figuring out how to be most effective. And I guess Sarah Beth is trying to make sure she doesn't drop her hands, Richard.
Yeah, big time. Well, the grad student, she's a fun story, too, because she played the last couple of seasons at Troy, which for North Florida, we've seen a number of players come from Troy, and Sarah Beth Brake chooses Jacksonville and goes with the Dolphins. But, I mean, a big, big bat, and two, she's on base all the time, on base in 22 of her last 23 games.
Wow, and that gives credit to what a great hitter she is, but also that she can be selective at the plate, and pitchers don't want to throw her something good, so she's going to swing at good pitches and make them earn her outs.
And here's Brake earning those balls, a 3-0 count. Allison Carter on deck. 3-0. McCoulis for the pitch. A strike as Sarah Beth Brake was ready to head over to first. We saw plenty. She at least didn't toss the bat.
Yeah, it's tricky because I think for Sarah Beth, being a catcher herself, that wasn't a strike earlier in the game so far already for a couple pitches. But when that ball floats in, it's tricky for the umpire to see where exactly did it hit the plate or cross the plate.
And there's 5 pitches and a walk. So with that, the Dolphins are going to put 2 on. They've had walks in 2 of their first 3 batters. And here steps up Allison Carter.
Number 17, Allison Carter.
Well, you can see right away why this Dolphins team, they got the 4 seed. They're dangerous, went 16-8 in ASUN play. Carter stepping in. She's got 133 career hits, over 191 games played for JU. Truly having a career season, on base in 6 consecutive games. As this one gets popped up, as it'll be out to the outfield there, over and right for Kamari Williams.
Great job by Bakulis. Those free passes, they really haven't been competitive. 4 straight balls to Jada Thomas, and then here to Sarah Beth. At least she had 1 strike in that at bat. But then after the walk, the next at bat, she's doing a good job going right at the hitters and creating those outs, those easy outs with pop-ups. And imagine that both hitting coaches for FGCU and for Jacksonville are frustrated to have runners at first and second and those easy pop-up outs on both sides.
Yeah, those are the ones that keep you up at night. Here's Lindsay Chadwick, the third baseman, the senior, 28 hits this year, 24 runs batted in to go with 23 walks.
When you look at Florida Gulf Coast's game yesterday, and it was 2-1 Florida Gulf Coast wins, and just the battle that it was between the pitchers, and now you come to this game where these teams have seen each other, and of course they're being aggressive and having some success early getting base runners on, but then you see some of the strategy and some of the adjustments that the pitchers are making with their scouting reports against these hitters, and you could see just this little chess match that's already started in the first inning.
Oh, Lindsay Chadwick, she has been a constant for this JU team. 30-plus games played over the last 3+ years, 2-2.
That's a pitch that Bakulis needs today. That's her drop ball on the outside part of the plate, and it's lower on the low part of the zone, but still going to be called a strike. If she can spot that pitch along with her changeup, she's going to have a lot of success.
Mason Chadwick, who reaches for this one, and an easy little flare there for Thompson. As much like the first inning of the first frame, we saw 2 stranded, so 2 walks by Bakulis. Nothing comes across. We head to the second inning of FGCU in Jacksonville. Again, the joys of being a top seed. You can take in some softball and you get to watch the first couple of days. We are into the double elimination days now. Second day of this ASUN Softball Championship. FGCU in Jacksonville. Sugar Bears taking in some action, as we'll see here for FGCU. 6 through 8 batters, and Nikki Gibson will start things off. Showing bunt there. You know, JC Harrelson, we've seen her improve, get better, all that stuff as the ASUN Pitcher of the Year, but she has not lost a game since facing FGCU on April 3rd. Good contact here off the bat. This one back, and it's out of here off the bat of Nikki Gibson. And we've got a run here, so the third baseman goes yard for the second time of the year.
Nikki Gibson getting that first run across for the game here for Florida Gulf Coast. You can see how excited she is, being only her second home run, but that ball just floated over the plate a little bit, and she did such a great job. Here we get to see that full extension, and Richard, that ball just like floated and floated. I wasn't sure if it was going to go out, and next thing you knew it, she's rounding second by the time that ball went out of the park.
Just her third career long ball there for Gibson. She had a huge home run, 248, as this one's going to be over in the right field there. Good contact by Thompson, and she'll be the first out.
Florida Gulf Coast being very aggressive here. Harrelson pounding the zone, not throwing a lot of balls, and so these Florida Gulf Coast hitters are trying to get after one of those first strikes.
Here's Tiffany Meek. As Meek, one of those starters that, if there's a game being played, she's gonna be out there. She started the first 48 games of the season. Strike there, that's close, 1-1. Now, you talked about it with the Eagles. Are they spotting that same thing with JC Harrelson that you noticed in the first inning?
Yeah, so JC Harrelson's still not throwing a lot of curveballs to the inside part of the plate to the lefty or outside part of the plate to the righty. I imagine she's going to continue to try to spot that pitch because it's important to be able to spot pitches on both sides of the plate. But right now, really relying on the screwball. There we see a screwball again.
Is this one over the short? It's going to be off the glove there, Brunette. And so the Eagles will put a base runner on with Tiffany Meek.
So that screwball right there for Meek, she's able to pound it into the ground and make a tough play for Brunette over there at short, which I think you'd agree with me that Brunette wants to make that play and expects herself to make that play. But when you put the ball in play and put pressure on the defense, good things can happen.
Oh, absolutely. As we move on down, and here's Ollie Black. Stolen base machine slaps at this one as he'll get the lead runner there. So Meek will head back to the dugout, and Black will be over at first base after the fielder's choice.
Now batting number 20,
Yeah, Richard, you got to find that balance of being aggressive and getting yourself out on the first pitch. And there, to me, if I'm Oli Black, I'm trying to get something in a gap, not just right at the shortstop that can get that lead runner at second. So trying to find the balance of being aggressive, but also swinging at a pitch that you can have success.
That aggressiveness is showing up, as we've seen early in this game. They had back-to-back singles, Williams and Wiggs, as we're back to the top here with Williams. As a runner taking off, no attempt there on the throw.
It's a perfect pitch to run on. Oli Black, one of the best at stealing bases. There you see just a perfectly on-time jump and not even a throw from SB Brake behind the plate. Screwball tailed away, and Brake wasn't able to handle it to make a throw.
As Williams will see a strike, but Black, a special player. She's the first ASUN player to get 100 career steals since 2017. 2-1 pitch.
Coach Fico talked about Oli Black and just all the ways that she helps Florida Gulf Coast, not just offensively, defensively, but she talked about how she had to talk to Black a little bit about, hey, if you get on, you're doing so much for us. It doesn't matter if it's a fielder's choice.
As this one down over at third. And again in that hot corner is Chadwick gets a final out like she did in the first. But FGCU breaks through with Gibson, her second home run of the year, gives the Eagles a 1-0 lead. We'll take a timeout and move on down. We'll see coming up for the Dolphins 6 through 8 after this quick timeout. Right there in their dugout. Let's take a look at series history here against Jacksonville. They've met over 60 times. Eagles lead the series, but Dolphins have been winning more as of late.
Yeah, this year they've seen each other 6 times. Dolphins took 4 of those 6 games. You know, I talked about it, and we'll continue talking about it. 6, now 7 times. I think it's too much, Richard.
Yeah, it is quite a bit. Here's Mansfield, the second baseman, as I checked down over at first, and she did not go. Mansfield, McCool, and Brunette will be the batters here for Jacksonville, trying to scratch back a team that went 23-9 at home. 32 overall wins. They've got Bakulis, lays down the bunt. She charges in, tries to field her position and safe over at first. Maybe just a little bit of a tough time getting that ball out.
Yeah, a little hesitation. What a perfect bunt there by Mansfield. Putting it kind of in no man's land where really anybody could get it. Just a textbook bump for a base hit, but Coolish charges it, kind of snow cones it, and just a little bit late. I think if that gets all the way in her glove, might have a cleaner transfer and has a better chance getting that out.
So Mansfield gets on in the Dolphins' second straight frame where they've had that first one on. Thomas had the leadoff walk in the first, and here's the first baseman and Tatum McCool. As McCool, we saw her just briefly here in that series against North Florida. Was still kind of recovering from an injury.
So those sliding mitts are ready to go for Jacksonville. They've got high hopes. I think Coach over there at first had 3 in that back spot, ready to go. It cracks me up, the sliding mitts.
Is McCool's second pitch. A swing and a miss. It's a lot of what we saw yesterday, just looking so smooth out there, only allowing 2 hits to the Governors. McCool's a cool story as she's from St. Augustine, was at Tocoi High School. Ball there for McCool as her father has ties to UNF, played baseball here at North Florida and is a UNF Hall of Famer. Now 2-1. Incoming.
There's a few pitches here by Bakulis where she's just missing. They're quality pitches. That one, I think Drivers wants that one back to be able to hold it in her glove and show it to home plate umpire a little bit better and maybe get that called a strike. But her misses aren't too far out of the zone, which is what you want to see.
Here's McCool through the hole and over into left field. This one's going to roll out to the wall. McCool is going to have extra bases coming around, and the Dolphins with the RBI double. They score Mansfield and tie it up at 1.
McCool hit that ball hard through the left side. Here you see her just take that outside pitch, keep her barrel on it, get the infield shifting a little bit up the middle, and then Wiggs playing a little bit towards the line, and that ball gets all the way to the fence. A little bit big celebration by McCool there, excited about tying up the ball game here in the bottom of the second.
Oh, that's definitely going to be the rollout right there. 24th hit of the year, 6th double of the season for McCool. Is Vic Brunette. McCool, the last game, she went 2 for 3, so just continues her hot little stretch. Lays down the bunt, does Brunette, gets covered as they move McCool over to third.
McCool having that double in the gap, obviously to score that run, first run for Jacksonville. But there you see a little adjustment by Jacksonville offensively, playing a little small ball to get McCool over to third to give them a better opportunity to get that second run.
So we move on down. Here's the 9th batter, and Reese Wells. He can't pitch as well. Starter in left field. Dolphins wasting no time in striking back. Feels a little bit like that EKU UNF game.
That's that screwball that Bakulis loved throwing yesterday that worked for her. There's been a couple times she's thrown it just in these first 2 innings where it was a little bit higher and not called for a strike. So she's able to spot that in the upper out inside corner.
As a 1-1 pitch gets fouled off by Wells. One of the tougher players in the ASUN to strike out. Last time she struck out was February 27th.
Wow.
Here's a 1-2. Wells. Foul ball. You were a former tournament MVP. What is this week like? Is there a lot of stress? Are you having fun? What is it like as a player?
Well, I think every player handles pressure and tough situations differently. You know, the year that I was the tournament MVP, we were really, really good. So there was a lot of pressure on us to be, you know, the best not only in the conference, but, you know, we were slotted #1 almost every week. So there was a little bit of pressure, but I think when you get back on the field and you're around your teammates and you stick to your plan that you work in day out, you just go out there and have fun and execute what you've worked on.
Here's Wells. This one over the head of the pitcher and safe over at first, and Jacksonville will play another run. There's McCool coming in, and the Dolphins take a 2-1 lead.
Wells did a great job battling in that at bat. Like you said, she's so hard to strike out. McCool is throwing all different pitches to her. She ends up winning that at bat, and that ball just chops right over Bakulis. Really, the runner at third, McCool doesn't go right away. It almost seemed like there was a play at home that would have been better than throwing to first with the speed of Wells.
Yeah, I think she would have had time. Drivers was definitely waiting for it. As we're back to the top, here's Thomas. That's all 4 pitches and an immediate walk to open up the game.
So good execution there by Jacksonville at the sac bunt to get McCool over to third. Now she's able to score. Otherwise, she'd just still be over at second potentially, or maybe advance to third depending on her base running.
I've got Thomas in a big spot right here. After both teams in that first inning left 2 runners on base. 2 spot already for Jacksonville. As this one, Thomas over the glove there of Wiley, and it's going to roll all the way to the wall. And Jacksonville, they're going to send another one home. And with that one, they played it, and it's 3-1 with Reese Wells scoring.
Reese Wells with the wheels. Jada Thomas takes this ball all the way to the wall. This might be Jacksonville's favorite spot to hit the ball today. That left center gap, it rolls all the way to the wall. Wells able to make it home and give that extra run for Jacksonville to go up 3-1.
And it looks like we'll see a change here as well. So new pitcher when we come back. We'll take a timeout. Grace Taylor in the circle for FGCU as Jacksonville leads 3-1. After an outstanding day yesterday, Julia Bakulis, her day comes to a close. It'll be Grace Taylor now, the senior who is very great at Mercer from 2022 to 25. We see her now in the circle. She has pitched a ton. And what's her scouting report?
So Grace Taylor's also going to use the lower part of the zone. She has a little bit more velocity in the mid-60s. She's going to have a lot of downspin on her pitches, so Florida Gulf Coast defense is going to be ready to make plays in the infield.
As here's Linkletter as this one hops away from Driver. So first pitch, and with that, Thomas is going to be over at third.
There's that downspin, I think, a little bit more than Grace Taylor was hoping there. But she's definitely going to work lower in the zone. As a catcher, got to be ready for any pitch that can get in the dirt like that. Driver's doing her best to keep it in front of her, but just too much on that ball.
As this one, just a slow roller down to third, and it arcs away from the line.
That's a tough play right there for Gibson. She's doing a good job watching the ball and at the same time trying to decide, can I make an out? Should I get the ball in fair territory and be able to make the out? Or should I let it go foul because I don't think I have a great chance to get the runner? And having a runner at third complicates it even more. So I think the right decision by Gibson, seeing that spin, letting it go foul.
So here's Linkletter. First time up, she flew out over to left field. First batter to see Grace Taylor. Her first appearance of the tournament, and I feel like a rarity too nowadays where she has no hat or no face shield for a pitcher. There's a 2-1 close inside. Did it get her? Linkletter looked back. I mean, really, she had the look of, I think it got me.
She's selling it. She's trying to get to 27, Richard.
Back in with the 3-1 count. 37 hits this year, and that's going to be a walk, and on the corners now for the Dolphins.
Was it a walk or did it hit her? I think either way she gets first base, but that was close.
It was very close.
And I guess it doesn't matter. Unless she leans in all the way over the plate, it's going to be a ball regardless. Let's get another look. Nope, just ball 4. The way that it got off of Driver's glove back there, I couldn't tell if maybe it nicked her. But either way, ball 4. Hit by pitch. Maybe we should give her the hit by pitch to get her to 27.
She'll have more time to get those for sure. Here's break. We saw her a 5-pitch walk back in the first inning. A dangerous, dangerous batter here. Team high of 13 homers.
That's the spot that Grace Taylor wants right there. That drop ball outside part of the plate. There's not going to be a lot of quality barrels that hitters can get on that pitch.
So she's well rested because she did pitch in all 3 games down in Stetson in DeLand, just a little over an hour away from here. And 0-2, this one sent over to right field, moved in. A good job by Williams. And no play at the plate. You've got the speedy Jada Thomas.
So that's that pitch on the outer part of the plate I was just talking about. And SB Break just getting enough of the ball to get it out there to Kamari Williams. And that throw, if it's on line and right to Drivers, I think that we have a double play there. But the ball tailed up the line and no chance to get the Speedy Wells.
A 4-run second here. Feeling like yesterday in the 4th inning where Austin Peay scored 4 runs. Now it's Carter. First pitch strike as she's the 8th batter for Jacksonville this inning. 4 hits and 4 runs here in the second. Taylor, she's pitched in 8 of the last 10 games for FGCU.
Coach Fico talks about how Grace Taylor wants the ball. Like, she wants the ball every game. She's ready to go. She just has so many good things to say about her. Her grit, her toughness. She's like a bulldog in the circle.
There's a 2-1, just gets a piece as Carter. And for Taylor last year, I remember for Mercer, she was the most outstanding player of the SoCon tournament.
Yeah, I think she's kind of like Bukulis, where when she gets going, just really tough to hit.
Taylor's pitch. Going away for a full count.
Did you see that, the pitch before, Richard? Driver's got that foul ball off her right inner thigh, and the umpire just so kindly just walks around and says, hey, you okay, you need a minute? And he would have just dusted off home plate, even though there's no dirt on it, to try to give her a little break. But she said, oh, I'm fine.
3-2 over at third, waiting for it. And a good job there by Gibson. But some damage done for Jacksonville. 4 runs in the second off 4 hits as they answer big time. They lead 4-1. We'll take a timeout here, ESPN Plus, as we enter the third inning. Get some run support for their starting pitcher, ASUN Pitcher of the Year. She gives up the home run to Gibson in the home half of the second, but she gets 4 runs. Here for FGCU, we'll see 2 through 4, starting it off with Wiggs. I feel like that's huge. You give your starter 4 runs. That's only going to boost your confidence.
And for Florida Gulf Coast, you know, they're going to have to chip away at this, and hopefully Grace Taylor coming in for them, she's going to be able to stop the bleeding. But this response here is big for Florida Gulf Coast. Can they continue the momentum that they have set offensively, trying to come back and, you know, close the gap a little bit, or will Harrelson use the momentum of her offense to shut them down?
The 2-1 count for Wiggs. We saw her. It was back-to-back singles. She had the base knock after Williams did. 2-1 popped up and off the netting. Definitely much warmer than yesterday, as that heat's starting to pick up here on the First Coast. And Wiggs will strike out looking on the 2-2.
Wiggs thinking that she had good discipline there at that pitch in the river, but Harrelson making it dance, making it move. Home plate umpire thought it hit the corner, and that's a strikeout looking.
First strikeout today for J.C. Harrelson. And we'll move on down. This is Presley Smith. Smith playing high school softball at Lake Wales. Produced, I think, 2 or 3 Gators over the last decade. For Smith, big hit yesterday. Had a quality series at Stetson, 4 hits and a couple of walks.
Harrelson continuing to spot that screwball outside part of the plate to left-handed hitters. It's the one that she got Wiggs looking. And there she does, trying to find that same spot, seeing if she can get it off the plate a little bit more, see if Presley Smith will chase.
What becomes dangerous now is she's got 4 runs behind her. I mean, she becomes very tough when she gets any run support of 3 or more.
Yeah, and I think the advantage that Florida Gulf Coast has in that situation is they've seen her a lot more than other teams have.
As a ground ball here, Smith off her bat to Mansfield for the second out.
Now batting number 5.
And we'll see Sophie Wiley step up here. Harrelson, 2 up, 2 down.
Home for Harrelson, she's got 1 strikeout so far, so she's definitely not trying to blow anything by these hitters, but try to let her defense work.
And there's, speaking of defense, the ASUN Freshman of the Year, 1 pitch and 1 out to the Dolphins center fielder, Jada Thomas. What a special year she's had as she makes it look so easy in shallow center. Still 4-1, Dolphins on top.
We are more than just a transportation company. We provide logistical solutions.
From the bluegrass of Kentucky, the Arkansas River, to the beautiful beaches of Florida, from the bustling streets of Nashville to the soulful sounds of Muscle Shoals and its vibrant cities. Fueled by growth, the Atlantic Sun operates in the fastest growing region in America and broadcasts in over 20 million homes. We're everywhere you want to be, with access to 9 of the nation's top 80 media markets, including an impressive 6 in the top 50. Our 12-member institutions provide every collegiate experience, from public to private to faith-based. All of our member institutions are located in the top 30 states with the most rapid growth, including 8 members located in the top 6. From the beaches to the mountains, the Atlantic Sun is the destination.
Discover the heart of Southwest Florida. At Florida Gulf Coast University, you can experience live performances and inspiring exhibitions. Support your 15 NCAA Division I sports teams. Connect with world-class faculty and engage in innovative research, making a difference in Southwest Florida and beyond. Only one place has it all. Discover your university.
Complex. Glad you're with us here for our first game today. We'll have 3 overall, all on ESPN Plus. Dolphins leading the Eagles in this in-state matchup, as a winner will advance to play the top-seeded Sugar Bears. One swing, this one back, and see you later for Lindsay Chadwick. She wasted no time, the senior, with her 10th homer of the year. Well, impressive right there, Christina. You called it right away. You heard it and pointed.
Well, Lindsay Chadwick got all of that ball. One pitch, she was aggressive. Here we get another look at it. I just didn't know if it was going to stay fair, but that ball was smoked and hot off the bat. Jacksonville happy to put another run on the board here to make it 5-1.
A couple of home runs that we've seen. Both have led off innings. Gibson had a leadoff homer for the Eagles in that second inning, so they continue their scoring. Here's Mansfield. She was key in the last inning as she led off with the bunt single. This one over to short, and a good play as Gibson lets Wiley take the play.
Jacksonville hitters being aggressive here. Chadwick and Mansfield going right after those pitches, seeing if they can get something over the plate early in the count.
How much do you think also plays a role that Jacksonville's rested? They haven't played yet.
Yeah, that can definitely play a role. It's hot out today too, so I think the combination of those two things probably plays a bigger role. But if I'm Florida Gulf Coast, and if I'm Grace Taylor, I'm gonna work low in the zone and let my defense work. Really, Florida Gulf Coast defense has kept them in so many games this year that, as a drop ball pitcher, which is primarily what Grace Taylor relies on, and her off speed, you got to keep that ball low in the zone and keep the ball in the park.
Well, you're right. The Eagles have played some great defense this year. And some time called here. The batter is McCool. Last time we saw her, she was sending that double out to the wall. It was her and then Thomas just a few batters later. As this one will be to second for Thompson on the ground ball. And so Chadwick, the solo home run, but back-to-back ground ball out. Some good work by Taylor.
Yeah, Grace Taylor doing exactly what she does, keeping that ball low in the zone, that down spin. As a hitter, you're trying to get the bottom of the ball, which you end up hitting the middle of the ball as that ball falls off the plate. But Grace Taylor able to make that ball drop enough to get those ground ball outs.
Now it's a shortstop and Vic Brunette. Saw her with the sack bunt the last time she was up. Did exactly her job. Facing Taylor. This one will be over at Eagles dugout. As we've got some, it's hot. I can't imagine running in this.
That looks terrible.
It really does. I'm glad you said it. We're on the same page. Here's an 0-2. Fouled off again.
Richard, I like running, and when my hips are healthy, I really like to run, but I can't imagine myself running just for funsies. Well, I guess that was probably practice. With this heat, this middle of the day, oof.
No, I'll stay on the treadmill. I'll stay on the bike. Keep it inside. 0-2 again. Brunette, this one past Thompson reaching out. And so Brunette with a single there. It's a second hit for the Dolphins this inning.
Brunette doing a good job there, battling in that at bat. She was behind in the count. Was able to foul off a couple pitches, and then here gets a little bit more of the barrel on and gets that ball to squeak right past Thompson at second to get it to the outfield.
Now we'll see Wells stepping up here, an infield single. Last time they saw this lefty batter. 4 hits and 4 runs in the second for Jacksonville.
When good adjustments from the hitters, this is the first time for this lower part of the lineup to see Grace Taylor, and they're being very aggressive, still putting the ball in play and trying to get those early strikes so they don't get behind against Taylor.
So Wells, we talked about her last time up, a tough out. Has really come on later this year from Winter Haven, Florida. And she'll send that bunt foul.
That was all you. Were you ready to make the play, Richard?
No.
I came right back at you.
I was scrolling my laptop.
All right, I got you back.
All right, thank you. I mean, you were a catcher, so that's right in your area, right?
Yeah, for sure.
I just yell out, please save me. 1-2 pitch. As she gets jammed there, takes one hop, a close play over at first, and Thompson, a good job as it bounces off the clay. But for the Dolphins, a couple of hits. Chadwick goes yard, 1 pitch for her 10th home run of the year. We'll take a timeout and come on back for the 4th. The Eagles will send up 5 through 7. Dolphins lead by 4.
Partner of the Atlantic Sun Conference. You got this.
Cecily Webb, joined with Coach Fico. And Coach, talk about Grace just coming out and getting into her role. What are you seeing from her?
Yeah, she wishes she probably could have had that last that first pitch back, but Grace is a workhorse, and she's done it for me in the postseason before. I know that she can make the adjustments to keep us in this ball game.
And then Nikki just getting things out with that home run. What adjustments do you want to see just to build on that momentum?
Yeah, just to stick with our game plan. JC Harrelson's really, really talented. She's done a good job all season, and when you play a team 7 times, it's a bit hard. But, just hoping that we can stick with it and scratch some runs for GT.
Thank you, Coach. Good luck. Back to you guys.
Great stuff. Thank you so much, Cecily Webb, down there on the field with Coach Fico. And pretty much what we've talked about on and off, but glad she gave us some time, too. I know some coaches, when you're down like this and in a big spot in a tournament, you don't always want to talk.
Yeah. Coach Fico, she's great. I got to play with her my freshman year. She was a senior at Florida. She did a great job at Santa Fe College and then at Mercer. And here taking over the program at Florida Gulf Coast. She does things the right way. She loves the game. She builds into these players. And she loves, she loves competing, so she's still going to give you the time of day even when she's down.
That's great. Her drivers will start things off, then Gibson and Thompson. Drivers hit over to third and got the force out that ended the first inning. One of the best defensive catchers in the country. Facing the ASUN Pitcher of the Year.
Well, I think it says a lot about Coach Fico how many players she brought from Mercer. She had 4 current players at Mercer that came over, drivers one of them, and then 4 signees that switched from Mercer to Florida Gulf Coast. So it just shows a lot about the players, the ones who've played with her, that want to continue to play for her, and just the way that she runs her program and what she's able to build into these ladies as athletes, but also as people.
Yeah, that speaks volumes to bring that many with you. That says quite a bit. 2 balls and 2 strikes here.
It's almost a whole team.
It really is. As she rips this foul over towards the cages.
We've talked about drivers and how great she is behind the plate. Coach Fico talked about how drivers really worked in the offseason to up her offensive game, and she's really proud of the progress she's made. Here she's just fouling off all these pitches from Harrelson, and that she's been able to really elevate her offensive depth and being able to not just hit the ball far, but also for better average.
Making all-conference the last couple of years. SoCon last year, ASUN this year. Foul on the ground ball. Here's a fight right here. Reminds me a little bit of Thompson. She had a great at-bat yesterday, the longest one of the day, and I felt like it almost energized the Eagles in that win.
Well, FGCU could use some of that energy and some momentum. Harrelson has just shown off so far in the circle why she's pitcher of the year and being able to keep these hitters off balance.
As this one past a diving Mansfield, and another base hit there as Thomas, just a little hesitation, got past her some, and drivers will end up at second.
Excellent base running by drivers, and like you said, this extended at bat, she pounds it through the middle of the field. Mansfield has no chance to make a play on it, maybe keep it in the infield, but then Jada Thomas, uncharacteristic mistake from her, but drivers running out of the box, taking a hard turn, and able to get that extra base to put herself in scoring position.
As laying to the bunt here, Gibson, she heads over to first on a close play. They get drivers over to third. But we're seeing a very aggressive Eagles team. This is almost what they provided in that second inning with how attacking they were.
Yeah, definitely. Drivers that extended at bat, just not giving up. A little surprised here by this move. Nikki Gibson, I think this is more of a bump for a base hit, because do you remember she's the reason that the Florida Gulf Coast has a run today with her home run there in the second inning. So more of a bump for a base hit, but also making sure that drivers gets another 60 feet.
Yeah, she went yard to open up the second inning. And here is Allie Thompson. Yesterday, she had that long at-bat, fouled off 5 balls in total, opened up the third inning with a leadoff single. So here for the Eagles, I've got drivers over at third base. Try and chip into this lead. As this one foul diving out, Chadwick. That's a tough ball to get to.
Yeah, good effort by Chadwick. And, you know, if you're Thompson, you have a 2-1 count. J.C. Harrelson's really happy you swung at that pitch because that ball is off the plate. And she really had to reach and still got it off the end of her bat. So now that evens up the count 2-2, where otherwise it would have been 3-1.
So you've got Thompson. Much longer at bat here. She was very aggressive after the Gibson home run. She sent one pitch on a fly ball out to right field. And we did see during that break, right after Coach Fico talked to Cecily, that the Eagles huddled up as a team. I know you caught that. What are those gatherings usually like?
Well, you know, you're looking to your leaders, right? And for there to be a little bit more energy in the dugout. And so for Florida Gulf Coast, they've got quite a few leaders in their dugout that they rely on. Some of them are transfers, some of them are these Florida Gulf Coast players that have been here for a while, but, you know, really just trying to feed off each other's energy, remind each other that you're in it together, stick to the plan, and try to get something going.
Just like that. I feel like we're going to have something down that left field line here today, whether it's this game, the next game, or the final game later today. 3 balls and 2 strikes for Allie Thompson. Couple of base knocks yesterday for the starting second baseman. A payoff pitch as this one's sent to the gap again, and both teams have liked that spot over there. The Eagles will have drivers score, and so Thompson with another key hit. She gets her 3rd of the tournament.
It's a clutch hit there, down by 4, runner at third base, and Thompson able to barrel it up with 2 strikes, drive through that ball. And you have Wells, who's playing in a little bit to play off that flare from a lefty bat and isn't able to keep that ball from getting all the way to the wall. So Thompson gets into second easily.
As we take you over there, and you see for the Dolphins, they've got an arm warming up right now as it's Margaret Jenkins, freshman from Winter Haven. I don't know if you make that change, though. Don't you? You maybe ride J.C. Harrelson as long as you can. You see her stat line right there. She's given up 5 hits and a couple of runs, over 3 1/3.
Yeah, I'm with you, Richard, and I don't know that they're going to go to that move quite yet, but I think this is where this chess match kind of comes into play, where, you know so much about the other team, you know how they work, you know how their momentum's driven, you know what part of their team is doing well right now, and really, in my opinion, the lower half of the lineup for Florida Gulf Coast has done a good job turning the lineup over. Olivia Black at the bottom of the order, back to Kamari Williams, so when you're in this spot, 3 runs is pretty easily attainable with some good at-bats from Florida Gulf Coast.
As we see Mackenzie Lighty here, as she'll pinch hit. She's a dangerous batter. We saw her yesterday, and she has got frightening power.
Well, and really, when you look at the pitching staff for Jacksonville, I'm not sure that Margaret Jenkins is who I go to. But Reese Wells obviously in the outfield, so she's not necessarily going to be available to jump into the bullpen at this moment.
As Lighty, great hitter, can start, can give you pinch hits. Yesterday she had a leadoff walk in the 5th, got an RBI sac fly in the 6th. And she could probably be a starter on just about every team in the country.
Well, and you need a player like that that can come off the bench, put together a quality at bat in moments that you need them.
As Mackenzie this year, 36 hits, 33 runs batted in, owns a team-high 7 homers. Lighty, this one nice play over at third. Chadwick reaches out for it.
Mackenzie Lighty Squares that ball up, smokes it down the third base line. Chadwick ready to go, saving a run. But really that out, I think, is the biggest thing, getting to the second out instead of runners at first and third or maybe a run scoring. That's big time.
Nice snag right there as we move along to Black.
It's the hot corner.
That it is, but she's had 3 plays down there so far today. 2 down and 1 on. As this one's sent over into left, charging in. There's Reese Wells to record the out right there. And so we see a couple of hits. A run comes across for FGCU. Their first since that home run by Gibson in the second inning. Jacksonville on top, 5-2 over FGCU, as we'll be right back when we come back home to Jacksonville.
UNF softball complex. I'm Cecily Webb, joined with Coach Ayers. And Coach, just talk about this offense, just getting into the rhythm. What have you liked from them?
Yeah, I like the production and the execution from 6 through 9.
And then obviously JC just getting the job done on the mound. What are you liking from her?
She's a competitor. So she's thrown better, she's thrown worse, but she's competing, and I wouldn't want anybody else.
Thank you, Coach. Good luck.
Thanks.
Bye.
As we've got Cecily Webb down there, thank you to head coach Erica Ayers. And really, that's a great point, too. 6 through 9 has been really good for them as they've combined for 4 hits and just quality at-bats, including a sac bunt.
Yeah, and having that depth in your lineup to be able to, turn the lineup over but also produce, that's huge.
As we'll come on back here, it's the home half of the fourth-seeded Jacksonville Dolphins. As they've got the top of the order. Facing Grace Taylor, it's Thomas. Thomas, a strong day so far. Began the day with a walk in the first inning, an RBI double followed in the second, and then she scored a run. As she's the last Dolphin to see Grace Taylor for the first time. As we've seen for Jacksonville, they've been able to send up 5+ batters in all 3 frames.
As you watch Jada Thomas and having quality at bats, double and a walk, but that 0-2 take right there, it just shows just how confident and comfortable she is in the box to just take that pitch, no doubt about it.
Taylor jams her into the circle, and an easy one there for number 14.
Good job by Grace Taylor there, ahead in the count, able to get that ball in on the hands of Jada Thomas, and you could tell she was a little bit surprised with where that pitch ended up, just a half swing, almost like an excuse me swing. And Grace Taylor, I'm sure, really happy to get leadoff batter and freshman of the year out here in the beginning or top of the 4th. Excuse me, bottom.
Has another tough out right here. We talked about during one of the breaks, but all those walks, only 3 of them, it felt like a lot more, but all 3 of them came 1 through 3 in this order for the Dolphins.
Well, and it's tough to pitch to those hitters, right? They're up in the top of the lineup for a reason, and then you see the bottom of the lineup really responding and saying, hey, I might be at the bottom of the order, but I can do some damage too.
Just 1 hit for the Dolphins in 1 through 5. Linkletter. Here a 2-0 start. We saw her walk in the second inning, flew out back in the first. It's a great count here, 3-0. Expect her to take. What did Coach Fico have to say about Grace Taylor? Is she kind of like Julia Bakulis in that same kind of confidence way?
Well, I think you're talking about 2 very different mentalities. Grace Taylor, a veteran who has done a great job under Lindsay Fico prior at Mercer. She knows what Grace Taylor can do in these pressure situations. Julia Bakulis, just hot in this moment. Coach Fico is really trying to ride that and ride her confidence. And she started out the game well, but then there in that second inning just kept leaving too many pitches over the plate.
So we see Taylor, who last year pitched 4 1/3 in the NCAA tournament. So this time of year is not as scary as it would be sometimes for others. Here's Break. See her for the 3rd time today. Has impressive power, 50-plus hits, 50-plus runs batted in. That Eagles fan has the right idea. Break had a walk in the first. This one in the hot corner again. They're looking to turn 2, and they'll do just that. So great defense there as Gibson. And that infield for FGCU, we'll see it one more time. A double play to get out of the inning.
Here, a hard hit ball, turn 2, and this is the momentum that Florida Gulf Coast needs if they're going to try and come back in this game.
Welcome to the Atlantic Sun, where heart-pounding moments are born and where champions rise above. Where speed defies limits and precision finds its mark. Where millions of fans nationwide cheer for excellence, determination, and fairness. Where public, private, and faith-based schools compete side by side, fostering sportsmanship and unity. From the beaches to the mountains, the Atlantic Sun is the destination.
This is Jacksonville University. It's not just a perfect place for sunny waterfront beauty shots. Although, here you choose the future you want. How? By defining it yourself. You customize your path and make it one of a kind. You want to build a future where you decide what impact you make? You want to create a life that's limited by nothing but your own ingenuity? You've come to the right place.
If sweat is your body's natural way of cooling itself down, then condensation is a beer's natural way of saying, drink me. Michelob Ultra, superior light beer.
As we've got some arms out in the pen, just really staying warm. You see the Ospreys down there, and they'll play a little bit later on today as they've got a big matchup coming up against the Lions, 3 versus 7 in that matchup. But right now for the Eagles, it's 1-3, facing the ASUN Pitcher of the Year.
Third time through here for Florida Gulf Coast. This is where they need to lock in and make some adjustments.
As Williams lays down a bunt, it's perfect. Uses that speed, and she's on Again, a couple of singles for her.
That's as sneaky as a bunt as I've seen. Kamari Williams just gets that ball to dead end so perfectly here out in front of the plate. Does a good job making sure it doesn't hit her. Out of the way of SB break, and just too fast for Chadwick to have a play on it.
Now it's Wiggs attacking here early. Well, we saw that's the Eagles did a little bit more in that fourth, kind of like what they did in the second inning. For Wiggs so far today, 1 for 2. Struck out looking her last time, lays down a bunt, and the Dolphins safe over at first as Break is going to take that. And so the Eagles go back to back, and it feels similar to what they did in the first inning. Now they're just laying down bunts.
Yeah, little copycats. I like it. Kamari lays down a bunt. Wiggs is like, hey, I can do that too. Let's go. And now you have first and second. Another beautifully executed bunt. Almost caught the bat of Wiggs as she lays it down and is able to leg it out and give Florida Gulf Coast a little momentum here.
So first 2 on, nobody out against J.C. Harrelson, the ASUN Pitcher of the Year. Coach Fico is really fired up, gives Kamari Williams a big pat on the back. Is her stat line today. Only 1 strikeout, 7 hits given up over just 4 innings.
Well, J.C. Harrelson has done such a great job all year, especially in conference play, and then here today so far. And for her, she just needs to stick to her plan. She needs to let her defense work. She has a 3-run lead, and she's gotten out of a jam with first and second with no outs with the exact same situation.
As we move along, here's Presley Smith. For low and away, Smith trying to break out here. She's 0 for 2. As Harrelson has kept her in the infield. A pop up over to third and a ground ball to second.
This is where Presley Smith needs to be selective. 2-0 count against the Harrelson, who's just been dealing all day. Runners at first and second. If she's going to be swinging, she needs to be barreling up the ball here.
Smith takes a strike there. We talked about it in yesterday's game. She played over at JU and got a double. How you doing, Caleb? Always glad to have him on staff too. He had an early morning, Christina.
Yeah.
So he works in morning news.
Wow.
So his wake up time is 3.
That's tricky. Somebody buy that man a coffee.
Here's a 3-1 pitch, and Smith started to turn, and she'll have to see one more pitch.
And that's a pitch that's been called a lot today. So if I'm Harrelson, I'm putting in that same spot again.
Smith a double yesterday. This one popped up. It's over to left. Diving out. It's on the ground. And over at third and thrown out. As Williams is going to be out over at third. Expect them to maybe challenge that as Reese Wells down over in left field.
Oh, you hate to see that. Such great effort out there by Wells. This ball hit by Smith. She gets under it. Kamari Williams there, you see her, see the effort. I'd like for her to stay a little bit further out to have a better chance to get there, but great job by Brunette trying to make something happen. Oh, that's tricky.
As she holds that right elbow. Oh, full extension too, and she's a pitcher. As hate to see that right there for Wells.
I guess we have a challenge here with the umpire crew following them outside to that gate. It's a challenge, I think, worth it for Florida Gulf Coast. We see her team. Thoughts and prayers to her teammate.
Oh, absolutely. Well, looking back on yesterday's game, they got the win over Austin Peay. And Presley Smith, we talked about it before we hopped on the headsets today, but she had the double, and it was that play that got challenged in the 6th inning of whether or not she was safe or out at second base.
Yeah, there's so many close plays in those games, and you know, it came down to the details and some inches and angles. You know, the reviews are great to make sure that the calls are right, but even sometimes the video evidence isn't all the way clear, because how can you get every angle? And I think a lot of fans and sometimes coaches and players forget these umpires are humans, and you know, it's tough to see it all. So the review, you know, bringing that into the game of college softball, I think it's been great, but you can't guarantee that it's going to be perfect all the time.
Oh, for sure. So a big call right here, because you potentially have Williams on over at third base. And you're going to see Linkletter move over to left field. So, yeah, we'll get another look here to see what happened over at third base and how close it was.
It's close. You know, live, Richard, it looked like she was safe, but as you slow it down, oh, it's hard to tell from that angle what a great stretch by Chadwick, getting on the back side of the bag to get closer to the throw. Heads up defense there, the left side of the field.
Well, give credit to Vic Burnett, the fact that she was quick enough to make that. Here's the ruling. And they're going to say it stands right there, out over at third base.
And that's a little bit of a base running miscue there, Richard. Kamari Williams with her speed. Even if that left fielder and Reese Wells laid out and catches it, that's still a really tricky play to get up and throw it to second with her off the bag. So I think she could at least be a little more neutral instead of going back to the bag to see if that's a cleanly caught ball or if it drops like it did.
So we'll get a change here. It's like left fielder Wells out of the game. And so Linkletter will take that spot. She can play both corner spots. And we see here it's going to be Wiley who is due up for the Eagles first and second, as they've been able to get the first three on for FGCU. See, though, if they can carry this through with Wiley, who's been aggressive today, 0 for 2, a couple of flyouts. Last at-bat was just one pitch, attacked. It was a quick inning, though, 1 through 3. Retired J.C. Harrelson. That was her quickest inning yet.
Lots of moving parts here with the substitutions, a review, and now everybody has to get back and pick up where you left off, right?
Oh, yeah. Gotta be dialed in, focused, taking all your notes. Eagles, though, they are out hitting the Dolphins 8-6.
Number 5, Sophie Wiley.
And so here's Sophie Wiley.
When you know, you look at the numbers on how many hits, but it's really the clutch hits and able to get those runners when they're in scoring position across home plate.
Harrelson down there, ball 1. Eagles open up this frame, back-to-back bunt singles. Smith dropped one just in front of Wells. This one will be to short for Brunette, and no play over at first there, as Mansfield able to get the out at second, so Smith will head back to the dugout. So get an important second out. Let's see it again.
Now batting number 28.
Ball off the end of the bat. Brunette doing a good job. Thinking about maybe turning 2, but Mansfield not able to get that transfer to try to make that second out.
Yeah, is it worth trying that? Maybe an overthrow and you give up a run?
Yeah, I think if she has a clean transfer, it's worth it because then you're out of the inning. But if you don't have that grip and you're bobbling it, then you just shut it down.
Here's Drivers. The catcher. Last time we saw, she had that single, and then an error, ended up at second. Had the run in the 4th inning. It was the second run for FGCU.
A well-hit ball by Drivers. And if you're a hitter that's squared up on Harrelson, you're going to be looking for a similar pitch. And for Drivers, that's going to be that curveball on the outside part of the plate, or drop ball potentially, where she can get her barrel on it and stay through the ball.
Allison Carter takes over in right field. A 1-2 pitch, and Harrelson with the strikeout to get out of the inning. So 3 hits, but J.C. Harrelson keeps the Eagles at bay as she whizzes it past Drivers. Still 5-2, Jacksonville leads. Great shot right there, some palm trees, beautiful day. Definitely one you could spend at the beach. Here today at the UNF Softball Complex, Jacksonville leads FGCU by 3 runs in this 4-versus-5 matchup. Game 1 of our 3 games here today. Dolphins due up 4-6. It was Allison Carter. Started the game as a DP. The injury to Wells moves her over into right field. As we've got Cecily, speaking of which, she's got more about Reese Wells. What's up?
Just a little update on her after being checked out by the physical trainer. They don't think anything is wrong, but she's just in a lot of pain right now.
All right, so decent news all in all. So we'll see if she gets an at-bat or something here. 2-0 to Carter. We'll see Chadwick and then Mansfield. Carter over 2 is one foul ball. Almost too like Sarah Beth Brake, more of an upright stance.
Yeah, upright, hands high. It could be a little tricky because when you start with, your legs practically straight and your feet really narrow, and then you go to that stride, your eye level's going to change. So you've got a pitcher who's trying to trick you and move the ball, and then you're changing your eye level. That's not my favorite way to hit. But hey, you got to do what works for you, and that's why hitting's so fascinating to me, that you can have so many different swings and have success in so many different ways.
As the Ospreys get prepared for their next game, winner of this one will play the 1 seed in Central Arkansas. Taylor's pitch, as this one sent over to right field, as it's high in the sky with Williams for the first out.
Grace Taylor doing a good job in the circle, really working through innings, and there comes out, throws the ball in the dirt for the first pitch of the inning, and then does a great job getting that out to get Florida Gulf Coast with no runners on and 1 out.
As we move on down, here's Chadwick. Last time we saw her, it was a leadoff One pitch and a home run. That was against Taylor to start the third.
And you know Grace Taylor did not throw that same pitch again.
No. And that's what Coach Fico said. Other than that one pitch, she's okay with everything. She just liked that one back.
Yeah, she's a competitor, and Fico knows that when she puts Grace Taylor out there, she's going to get a gritty, hard-working pitcher who's going to battle in the circle for her team.
Chadwick will stay off. Has a good count here to see what the next one's going to be, then swing if need be. Chadwick, and a walk there with one out. So we see another walk, as that's going to be their fifth now for the Dolphins. They've had one in the last couple of innings. And probably see a pinch runner here coming in for Jacksonville. It'll be Mansfield coming up to bat.
She's running for the Dolphins, number 6, KK Hagan.
And here's KK Hagan. She'll be the pinch runner.
Coach Fico talked a lot about how she really wants her pitchers to depend on their defense, and if they can limit those free passes to 3 or less in a game and really rely on their defense, they have a great chance to win ball games, and that really their defense hasn't cost them many games. So that's why Florida Gulf Coast has a little extra work cut out for them with some free bases and some clutch hits by Jacksonville. You know, you put that together with this J.C. Harrelson, who's just been amazing in the circle for Jacksonville. And, you know, it's a tough battle here for Florida Gulf Coast.
Mansfield fights this one off. She's been very aggressive today. The leadoff bunt single to start the second. Later scored a run. That was a super productive 4-run second for Jacksonville when they sent up 8 batters and got 4 hits. The plate after an 0-2 start. Mansfield last at bat, it was a ground ball to short. Just one pitch and attacking. Bites off another one right there. 44 hits on the year for Mansfield. Zing Taylor. Mansfield, this one a chopper, a tough ball to get to. Basket catch and a good job as Thompson quickly gets it out of the glove.
Thompson doing a good job reading that ball, a chopper by Mansfield, knowing that if she's going to have any chance to get an out at either bag, she's going to have to come and run through, and is able to make the out at first. So Florida Gulf Coast now 2 outs, and Jacksonville's got a runner at second.
Now it's McCool. See ball 1, we saw McCool her first time up. It was that RBI double. Sent it to that same spot that Thomas did, and I think one Eagle did as well. Almost like bocce ball, if you will. Taylor's pitch off the plate for 2-0 with Tatum McCool.
And this is where, if you're Jacksonville, you would really love another run to help on the defensive side. And then, of course, for Florida Gulf Coast, you really want to shut Jacksonville down and keep it just a 3-run ball game.
Back-to-back innings with a walk, but that key double play in the 4th for FGCU helped quite a bit. A 3-0 incoming. And McCool's going to take, and so 2 walks in the last 3 batters, first and second, here for Jacksonville.
Really not a lot of damage there by Grace Taylor walking McCool, you know, especially with how hard she hit that ball, which was an RBI in that special spot for today in that left center gap. But being able to really execute pitches and spots, that's going to be the difference here. If Florida Gulf Coast can get out of this inning, or if Jacksonville can extend the lead.
As they've got a 3-run lead right now, Vic Brunette is going to be up to the plate. She's done a really nice job today. Sack bunt in the second. Had a single past a diving second baseman Thompson in that third inning. But still feel right now Jacksonville, if they tack any more on, it's going to be super challenging for FGCU.
I agree. Team-led timeout by drivers going out there, talking to Grace Taylor, putting things in perspective. Put that walk behind you. Try to execute here to get out of this inning.
Brunette. 2 teammates on. And ball 1. As our next game, probably about 35-40 minutes after the conclusion of this one, we'll have North Alabama and North Florida. Taylor's pitch for strike. Brunette here. Swing on this one as it's called over and right as Williams calls Black off for the fly out there. So a couple of walks by Chadwick and McCool, but they're left stranded. We'll take a timeout as we head to the 6th. We'll see for the Eagles Gibson, Thompson, and Leidy. Of the ASUN Softball Championship, a busy week. Our first of 3 games here today. Dolphins on top of the Eagles, 5-2 in this 4 versus 5 matchup. Feel like, Christina, time really starting to run out for FGCU. They need something, even if it's 1 or 2. They need something this inning.
I agree. Definitely need to get something going. Swing at good pitches. Right, you want to be aggressive, but make sure that you can barrel up the ball. It's now or never.
As we've seen, both teams leaving 6 runners on base. The Eagles have left 2 on base in the first inning and 2 on in that last frame.
Yesterday, Florida Gulf Coast scored both of their runs in the 6th, so maybe the 6th inning is when they score or when they like to score the most. Let's see what happens today.
Could very well be. Here's Nikki Gibson. Last time she started an inning off, it was a home run. Had a bunt, was very aggressive, but Chadwick and the Dolphins were ready. Harrelson's 3-1 pitch. We'll go full.
I like that cut by Gibson. 3-1 count, looking for something she can barrel up. She just missed it. Fouled it right back.
Thompson due up next. Gibson. This one popped up. Maybe a chance on it. Foul territory. And the Dolphins make a wild play as Linkletter over the fence.
Here we get another look at it. Gibson pops this ball up. Linkletter never gives up on it. Remember, she usually plays in right field, but is able to play in left field. Goes over the fence, hangs onto it. What a play by Linkletter.
One we've talked about her all day today as this bunt gets laid down. Thompson, and no chance right there, as that's a challenging play. You've got Tatum McCool coming over, but everybody's still, in my opinion, so focused on that amazing catch, not ready for a bunt attempt.
Ah, that's a valid point, and that sneaky little bunt by Allie Thompson. And, Florida Gulf Coast is looking for anything to get going here. And great read by Chadwick, but that bunt pulled to the first base side. No chance at first.
And this one, a foul ball again, trying to make a challenging play, just losing the footing over there. But with Linkletter, she makes that play over the fence. We've talked all day about her getting hit by pitches, so taking a shot to the ribs or anything like that, she's pretty fine. That's like, oh, okay, I've already had that bruise.
Yeah, we're good here. It's like she's got special armor over there. That foul ball over there in foul territory. It almost looks like McCool thought that ball was out of play and was looking to kind of do a similar play as Linkletter, but that ball stayed in, and she wasn't able to keep her footing as she tried to backtrack. A break for Florida Gulf Coast. Sometimes those foul balls that should be out come back to haunt you.
So here's Mackenzie Leidy as she takes over. We saw her in the last couple of innings, came in the fourth. She had that sharp liner over to third. Chadwick was ready for it, but number 13, a lot of power in that bat. As take a look over the bullpen right now, and that's Reese Wells, so maybe she's in pain, but she is throwing. Harrelson for ball one.
So maybe Reese Wells not in the bullpen to get ready to pitch, but just seeing if she's ready to go back out to play defense. I think Jacksonville is just playing games and getting everybody to get a bullpen session. But I don't know that they have any intention of pulling J.C. Harrelson.
The ASUN Pitcher of the Year. She's been really entertaining on day two. As this one gets popped up, Jada Thomas was tracking back for it, knowing that power of Leidy, and comes on in for the ASUN Freshman of the Year.
Leidy looked like she was trying to send that over the scoreboard, just missed it, pulling that front side off, getting under the ball. I think at this point for Florida Gulf Coast, you just got to try to pass the bat, keep it moving. Lots of pop-ups induced by Harrelson. So really as a hitter, just trying to get the ball through the infield, hit those hard ground balls, line drives. See if you could pass the bat and get something going.
And we'll see a pinch hitter here. It's going to be Kiki Daniels, number 22. So new look. We did see Daniels yesterday. Her one at-bat, she hit into a double play. That was in the fourth inning yesterday, and that went over the Governors. 21 hits on the year, 18 runs batted in, 21 runs scored. Coach Fico has a deep team, can use a handful of pinch runners and pinch hitters.
And she likes to go to Kiki Daniels here in these situations to try to get an extra base hit, get a different look for a hitter in the lineup who might need a little help.
As Daniels was on the SoCon All-Tourney team last year, ready to rip it, 2-2.
Healthy cut by Daniels. Harrelson able to make the ball move just enough to get her to miss that one.
And another swing and a miss, and J.C. Harrelson able to recover again. It doesn't matter who is on, she's able to get out of it, gets a strikeout, and a tremendous play by Linkletter over the fence in foul territory in left field. Jacksonville still on top, 5-2 as we move to the home half. 9-1-2 when we come back.
Welcome to the Atlantic Sun, where heart-pounding moments are born and where champions rise above, where speed defies limits and precision finds its mark, where millions of fans nationwide cheer for excellence, determination, and fairness, where public, private, and faith-based schools compete side by side, fostering sportsmanship and unity. From the beaches to the mountains, the Atlantic Sun is the destination.
WB Mason helps you do business. How? By bringing the products you need right here.
You're here? Yes, I am. Sign here.
Or here. Can you put it there?
Sure.
Here. Or here. Or even here.
And we won't just leave it over there.
And how do we do all this?
With all of these.
Discover the heart of Southwest Florida. At Florida Gulf Coast University, you can experience live performances and inspiring exhibitions. Support your 15 NCAA Division I sports teams. Connect with world-class faculty and engage in innovative research, making a difference in Southwest Florida and beyond. Only one place has it all. Discover your university.
As we are back here in state matchup with FGCU and Jacksonville. Right now the 4 seed on top of the 5 seed by 3 runs. There's a big 4-run second early by the Dolphins, and really they haven't looked back since. They've gotten some great work from their starting pitcher and ASUN pitcher of the year. There's Gaddy here, who will pinch hit for Jacksonville. We've seen 3 walks over the last couple of innings for the Dolphins. Elena Gaddy facing Taylor. Eagles are 2 runs, 1 in the second, 1 in the 4th. 5th and 6th, no runs have been scored. What is this like? You ever come in as a pinch hitter? I know you started very early in your career, so was this a situation you ever got put in?
I definitely had been put in this situation, but not many times. I remember my first at-bat. It was our opening weekend as a freshman. We were at Texas A&M Corpus Christi we were playing against. Maybe we were playing at Houston. And I got a hit on my very first at-bat. So that's the one that sticks out in my mind. I'm sure I pinch hit a couple more times my freshman year because I only had a couple starts. But, yeah, it wasn't my favorite. I like being in the game. I like I don't know. There are some players that are really great at the role of pinch hitting, and I'm grateful that I didn't have to exercise figuring out how to be good at that I was mostly a starter.
Here's a payoff pitch. Grace Taylor. This one popped way up there as it's over at third, and a good job as Gibson underneath it. as they get that high fly ball out, stays in the infield.
Gibson taking that ball to the side. Young softball players, if you're watching, let's get under the ball, 2 hands, make sure we make that catch. You only do that when you're a seasoned veteran and you catch almost every ball. It made me nervous for her that she was going to drop it, but obviously she's an outstanding defender and she's going to make that play maybe with one eye shut, maybe even both of them.
That's a good point. That's definitely a coach talking right there. Here's Jada Thomas, named ASUN Freshman of the Year just yesterday. And she'll send this one over and a right down that line, and Williams at the ready.
You don't see that fake bunt swing very often from a right-handed hitter. So you saw Thomas squared a bunt to kind of pull in infielders 1 or 2 steps, pull back to hit. It doesn't happen as often. It used to be a 2-strike approach that a lot of hitters would do, but hits it right at Kamari and doesn't have a chance to get herself safe at first.
I'll see Linkletter again as she's earned herself a couple of walks. I think she's been close to maybe 2 for a hit by pitch. Flew out her first time up. All the way back in the first inning.
You know, I'm going to be really disappointed if in all the games that we're calling together if I don't get to see Linkletter get hit by pitch. 26 hit by pitches? Like, there's some people that don't do that in an entire career, let alone in 1 year.
Here's a third pitch. Linkletter for a ball. Coming off that last frame where she made that outstanding grab.
What a way to pick up your team, too. You know, Reese Wells comes out of the game, potential injury. You just don't skip a beat and make an amazing play in foul territory.
Yeah, she shows bunt. Down over at first.
Drivers is seeing if she attempted, but really what she wanted to say is, I think that was a strike without the attempt. A little frustration in her mannerisms. She did a good job framing that pitch.
Yeah, you're spot on. And so a walk right there. Linkletter will take her base. Another walk. That's 4 in the last 3. But first base runner. And we've seen for both teams, the pitcher's been able to get out of that. They've left runners on. Hasn't been a problem, and they've trusted their defense.
Yeah, if you look at, after that second inning, really, these pitchers have done a great job working out of innings, and they make their life a lot harder with those free passes. But, postseason, it's the time to really try to have those clutch hits. But these pitchers are hitting their spots, and scouting reports are on.
Now it's Sarah Beth Brake. Walk in the first inning, an RBI fly out in the second. Last at bat, it was a double play. That took us out of the 4th. Break here with 1 on. Swings on this one, as this one's going to be out to the wall. Takes a hop right there. It gets past Black. Slides into second. Play at the plate, and safe as Linkletter gets underneath the tag. So Sarah Beth breaks some good hitting there. Her team high 14th double.
Sarah Brake smashes that ball. Guess where it went? That left center gap again. Linkletter getting a good read right with 2 outs. She's going. Great play off the wall by Oli Black. Linkletter going all the way. And there you see this bang-bang play. I think it's the right call. I think that Linkletter gets her right hand or sliding mitt in there and is able to avoid the tag.
And so for Taylor there, a tough one, but that's what Brake has done all year long. I mean, you watch any of her games, she barrels up a ton of softballs. And here's another look on the slide.
Yeah, it's incredible base running there by Linkletter. Driver's doing a good job making sure she's not called for obstruction. That's the right read as a base runner to try to go around but not waste too much energy going way outside of the plate. There you see umpires right there, perfect view. I think it's the right call. It's going to stand.
That's just so smart to just keep that left arm hand tucked in and reach back right there with the other mitt.
Switcheroo-ski. Like, hey, I'm going to fake you out here, and then whoop-bam, get the back side of the plate.
So a challenge here as it's just our second of the game. We saw the challenge over at third base on Williams being out, and that was when Wells had the arm elbow injury, as that was in the 5th inning.
And I think it's very valid for FICO to ask for this review. Here we get the call. She's safe. It's worth taking another look at it, you know, and really from the dugout, the coaches for Florida Gulf Coast, they can't see exactly what happened there. But you saw Drivers put her hands to her ears, you know, I want the review, and I think that's more of a I want that to be an out instead of knowing that she tagged her after her right hand got in.
Well, and too, Christina, the fact of the matter is yesterday's win for FGCU, it was those 2 challenges. I mean, those were huge in getting that win over Austin Peay, so why not go back to it? And you got to trust one of your leaders. You can't tell your catcher, no, that's okay, we'll pass.
I agree with you, and I think they were both of the reviews that Florida Gulf Coast has requested. I think they're worthwhile. They changed the game big time, right? You think about the one over at third base, you have no out spaces loaded if that play is overturned or that call is overturned. And here, now you're back in the dugout, top of the 7th, and still a 3-run game instead of 4-run ball game.
Sure, so it's 6-2. Linkletter safe, great base running. And now it's Carter. Cleanup hitter, 0 for 3. As this one over to third. Gibson will take her time and routine right there in the hot corner. She keeps it cool. But for Jacksonville, they played another run, their first since their scored run in the 3rd. They lead 6-2. We'll take a timeout and return as we start the 7th after these messages. Eagles trail by 4. We enter the 7th inning as a loser of this one will play later tonight, Game 5, scheduled for 7:30. J.C. Harrelson pitching, Williams a leadoff batter. The Eagles is a 5 seed. They've got the top of the order, though. Wiggs on deck. It's now or never. Williams swing and a miss for Harrelson. Been very consistent. I mean, really, she and Taylor, they've done a good job keeping those runners on the base, stranded, not coming home all that much. As this one gets popped up, and Harrelson is going to let Mansfield take that all the way.
Harrelson here late in the game using a pitch on the inside half the plate, inside part of the plate to righties. It's got upspin. I can't tell if it's a rise ball or if her backdoor has a little upspin, but that's how she struck out Kiki Daniels, and there she gets Kamari Williams to pop out easily into the infield.
Here's Wiggs. First pitch strike as Wiggs has done a nice job. We saw Williams and Wiggs both laying down bunt singles in the 5th. As she's gone 2 for 3.
I'll tell you what, the scouting report against this top part of the lineup, the Jacksonville has really stuck to it. They've thrown Kamari Williams in, and then they go to Paris Wiggs and throw out. So they're sticking to a plan, and really it's up to these hitters to make some adjustments.
Wiggs staying off after starting off with 2 strikes.
Richard, if I'm Wiggs, and I've had these at-bats that I've seen, my toes are going to be on that line, so that outside pitch looks like a pitch down the middle.
There's 2-2.
You know, at some point, put some pressure on the pitcher to say, hey, I'm going to figure out this part of the plate. Why don't you throw it inside and see what happens? There we go.
As this one will get popped up, it'll be over for Linkletter there. No fencing near, a little simpler for number 8.
Do you think they heard me saying out, and then they throw her in?
I know sometimes, I mean, where we are, the umpires can sort of hear us from time to time.
That's good to know. That's good to know.
Yes.
I only have respect and big love for umpires, so don't worry about that.
There's 2 down. We'll see Presley Smith. Whereas Smith had that single over in the left field. She's 1 for 3 today. So Eagles down to their final out. Smith, that big hit yesterday. Double in the 6th inning. Harrelson, A-Sun Pitcher of the Year. Only allowed 2 runs today. In line for her 21st win of the year. Go chasing.
Good spot by Harrelson. He said trying to get Smith to chase here. Try to get another strikeout.
Smith will foul it off, and ooh, looks like it got that left ankle.
Yeah, you got to toughen up real quick when you hit yourself with a foul ball like that.
Like 2 or 3 hops and 3 big deep breaths did it.
That's what it takes.
2-2. Smith. This one popped up. It's going to be short, dropping there fair. Just in between the shortstop and the left fielder. Linkletter was close. Maybe if you have Wells over there, she lays out for it, but nevertheless, Smith on over at first base.
I think that's one of those seeing eye singles, Bermuda Triangle over here. And really, Smith gets jammed on this pitch. Linkletter playing pretty deep. And I think she thought, maybe I shouldn't do what Wells did and let's just keep it to a single.
And it looked like, too, Vic Brunette wanted to stay away from that, not risk any kind of collision. As a pinch runner, let's see for FGCU. As Guyton over at first base. We saw her score that run yesterday. As she came in, scored the run as a pinch runner in the 6th. Here's Sophie Wiley.
Good at bat by Smith there. She's behind in the count, able to battle through and get on base and see if Florida Gulf Coast can pull some sort of miracle out of their hats. It's going to be tough to come back 2 outs in the 7th against Harrelson, who has just been lights out.
Just get some of the laces there, 1 and 2. Eagles have out-hit the Dolphins today 10-7. Wiley will step back in. Reached on a fielder's choice in the 5th. Split screen. Is this one popped up? This one back at the wall, reaching over, and the grab is made by Jada Thomas. As the Dolphins center fielder, ASUN Freshman of the Year, robs a home run and ends the game.
Fans, thank you for your attendance today. The final
Unbelievable play by the freshman, showing off her skill set all day today, but to end the game with that incredible catch. You know, it looked like as that ball was going over the center field fence that she may have got in her glove. I was just waiting to see if she was able to hold on to it, and Jacksonville 2 times catching a ball over a fence, but this time saving 2 runs and getting Florida Gulf Coast potentially back in this game, and instead Thomas ends it.
My word, that's one of the best softball plays I've seen in person. The fact that the strength it takes to hold on to that, and I think she was being a little coy. She kept it, she knew it, showed it off kind of last second.
Wow, incredible play. I mean, the future is bright for Thomas. What an outstanding job she did today, both sides of the ball, but that I put an exclamation point on that win for Jacksonville.
Oh, that it did, as they will advance, and they play the 1 seed Central Arkansas tomorrow for a 12 p.m. start. But if you're Jacksonville, how fired up are you? That takes you into a matchup against the 1 seed, and you are riding high.
Yeah, J.C. Harrelson doing it in the circle, your offense, putting it together, being out-hit by Florida Gulf Coast, but making it happen, putting 6 on the board, giving Harrelson a little bit of cushion and a little room, and then the defense backing you up like that, that gives you so much confidence in the circle when your defense saves a home run like that.
The Linkletter makes 1 play over the fence, and then you've got Thomas with maybe one that's slightly better. But don't tell Kate that. We're going to talk to Jada Thomas and J.C. Harrelson here in just a little bit. We'll have Cecily Webb snag both, but incredible as they put their sticker on the board there, advancing to play the 1 seed.
Talk about the comfort of being so close to home here, just 15 minutes away, and Jacksonville putting on a show here in Jacksonville.
Cecily with both players, take it away.
Congratulations on the win, girls. And Jada, that catch, walk us through that.
I don't know. As soon as I saw it go up, I didn't know if it was going over, but I mean, I just knew I had to track it down, and I got to have my pitchers back. So, yeah.
And then JC just being a huge part of this win.
Yeah, first, just want to give glory to God. He's the one that's got us here, has got us through everything. So glory to him. But 2, just a testament to this team and what they've meant to me. They always show up. On days that I might not have my best game, they do, and that's what means the most, and I think that's why we're here.
And girls, congratulations on the win, but how do you build on this momentum?
Just don't let the Dolphins get hot. I mean, we keep it rolling, and if we don't have it, we pick each other up. So
yeah. For sure, I just think one foot in front of the other. Just keep going, keep swinging.
Thank you, girls.
Thank you.
Back to you guys.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Jada and JC are co-players of the game. Every glove on their heads right there.
That's
Harrelson.
impressive.
That is.
What's more impressive, what they did today in this game or having 8 to 10 gloves on your head?
Right, a complete game where you give up 2 runs or 9 gloves on your head. Well, we'll take a break here. So Jacksonville gets the victory. Great work from the entire crew as we get you ready with North Florida and North Alabama as that start time set for 5:28. So for Christina White, our sideline reporter Cecily Webb, I'm Richard Miller saying so long from the UNF softball complex as the Dolphins take down the Eagles 6-2. All games airing on the ESPN networks are streaming live and archived on the ESPN app. This has been a presentation of ESPN.